Lunatics, what is up? We are out at the Colorado River today doing something different. I just got tired of fishing in San Diego, so I decided to make the 3-hour trip out to the river today. Much different conditions than the last time we were out here. 61-degree water temps right now. It's the fall, grass is dying. I can see the grass like floating at the top, but there's definitely still some down there. I can see it on my graph and stuff like that. So hopefully we're gonna be out here, catch some fish. Looks like the water level's down a little bit, so I want to run upriver, but with the water level down, I've been told probably best not to make that run upriver. A lot of sandbars and stuff up there, and I don't really know this place at all, so I don't want to get stuck up there or anything like that, especially by myself. So we're gonna head down south and fish some areas that I have fished in the past, and maybe some areas that I haven't. But overall, just want to catch a few fish today, and hopefully catch them on some fun stuff like crankbaits, maybe chatterbait or something like that, maybe some lipless baits. And yeah, we're just gonna do some fishing, and hope you enjoy the day, and I hope we have a good video. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and any questions or anything like that, make sure to leave them in the comments section down below. And as always, a bunch of good links and discount codes for you guys down in the description of today's video as well. But just got to the main river. Let's make a run and let's go catch some fish. So that's the bait we're starting off with. I don't know if this is the right color for out here or not, but I might switch over to a square bill or something like that because it's so shallow in a lot of these backwaters. And then if that's not happening, I'm going to make a move to either fish the current in the river or go to some of the bigger lakes that are off of the main river and see if that does any better. But I'm not going to stay in one spot too long because time of year wise, who knows where these fish are. They could have pulled out of these backwaters already. I'm not really sure, but I'm giving this a shot right now. So right now we're still definitely in the putting the pieces of the puzzle together phase. This is only one of the first spots that I really actually fished. I fished a little bluff wall right outside where I launched, and I was throwing a jerkbait in the current, and there was a smallmouth on it. I hooked him in the side, and he came off right when I tried to pull him up into the boat. But I'm trying to fish some deeper grass because the water temp in these backwaters is just right around 60. It was 61 in the launch ramp area, but the main current's a little bit cooler. So I'm thinking that the backwaters, if they're gonna be warmer, that's probably where the fish are gonna be. And I'm trying to fish some of these deeper grass clumps that are still down there. I think some of the shallower grass has died off, but I think we got some deeper grass that I can see on the live scope and stuff. So I'm trying to throw this lipless down in there and rip it out of the grass and try to get a largemouth maybe hanging out in that deeper grass. There's one. There's one. Swim jig fish. There we go. Finally got one. There we go. There we go. It's a good one too. There we go. There we go. Look at that, choked it. Choked it good. Not a bad one. We finally got one though. Took us a while. Finally caught one. Well, that was pretty cool. Just you have this little tule point that comes out, and just throwing this swim jig right around the edge of it, and there's just some submerged grass right here, and that fish just came out of that grass and just hammered the bait. Switched over to a bluegill pattern as well, because I think the bluegill pattern is better for the river here. I don't know this place very well, and I don't know how much shad is actually in here, so I switched over to bluegill baits because I've seen bluegill swimming around in some of these areas and stuff, and I just got bit again. Switched over to the bluegill pattern. Hadn't been throwing it very long and already got bit, so you know, hopefully that's the ticket and I can start, you know, catching some more of these fish. And another thing that changed was that there's a little bit of breeze, and definitely makes a difference when you're throwing the reaction baits. When you have a little bit of a breeze, you're definitely going to get more bites doing it with a little bit of wind. There's one. Little one. Little guy. Real little one. But we got one at least. Oh, this one doesn't count, I don't think, though. It's almost as big as the crankbait. Almost as big as the crankbait. So what I'm noticing while I'm fishing out here is I've gotten 2 bites. That last one was kind of a joke, but it was a bite nonetheless. But these fish are kind of sitting in these grass clumps. There's just like scattered grass clumps all over the place. And that last fish, even though it was small, when I made the cast, I saw a little flicker, like it came up to eat something, or there's a little piece of bait or something like that. And then I casted right over by it, and right away the fish ate it. And when I got closer, there was definitely like a little grass clump right where I casted it. So that fish was just sitting there in the grass, and just gotta run water, I think, and just fish fast and just try to find one fish here, one fish there, and just run into them basically. Are you serious with this? Are you serious? Where's your, like, mother or your dad or your brother or something like that? We didn't drive all the way out here for that thing. There's one. There's one right by the boat. Swim jig fish again. There we go. There we go. That was pretty awesome. I saw this fish come up and get it. That's crazy. It's pretty cool. Jeez. Man, might have to put the square bill down because I'm only catching these things with it. At least I'm catching like keeper size fish on the swim jig, but I don't know. I would think I'd be able to catch some of the same fish with this and the swim jig, but swim jig's getting better fish for sure, because this one's just getting those rats like that. I don't know, give it a couple more minutes and then maybe I'll just switch it over. There's one. There's one. There's one. Oh, there's a school of them. School of these little things. There's like 5 or 6 of them that came with this guy, and they were all about the same size. So this definitely is not getting it done. I'm catching fish, but it's definitely not getting the right kind. There's one. That's a better one. That's a better one. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, it's a good one. Good one. Stay on. Boom. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Little square bill action. Take that guy out right there. That's a better one. That's a better one. So I'm fishing in one of these main lakes of the river. Like there's no current or anything like that really back in here, and it's off the main river. It's a lake. It's not really like a small backwater or anything like that. And I'm on this main lake, kind of rocky stuff, because I'm figuring that since the water's cooled down a lot and the nights have gotten cold, I'm figuring some of these fish are going to come up onto this hard bottom, like this rocky area like this, and start sunning themselves, because the water up on the bank right here should be warmer than the rest, because this sun's just beating down on it. It's probably, you know, 75 degrees or something like that right now, and I'm figuring that they'll come up, sun themselves, and with this wind kind of blowing up onto the bank, it might be a good spot to kind of crank or even throw jerk bait or throw that swim jig if there's some grass or something like that. But so far it's actually paid off coming out here. It's kind of fun being able to fish the reaction baits like this. Unfortunately, I don't get to do that enough at home, so it's nice that when I get out a little bit, I can throw these crankbaits and swim jigs and stuff like that. Oh, there's one. Just got bit. Another one. That's a striper. I just caught a striper on this thing. I didn't even know there were stripers back here, but we got one. There we go. Striper. Hopefully we don't get let's see here. There's one. There's one. There's a bass. Oh, came off. Came off. That was kind of cool though. Kind of cool though. Well, we definitely salvaged the day so far. I'm gonna go into another lake off the main river, a little bit closer to the launch ramp that I launched at. And there's some riprap banks and stuff like that in there. Might be able to flip, might be able to throw the jerkbait around a little bit, but hopefully I can go in there and catch a few more fish before it's time to get out of here. But tough morning, but as the sun kind of came up, the water started to warm up, I started being able to get bit, and it was kind of nice. I was getting nervous when I was fishing, wondering if I was actually going to get bit, but I've salvaged today for sure, and put some fish in the boat. Had to play around and figure out what they wanted to eat, but we finally put something together and was able to just put the trolling motor down and start fishing, and caught a few. So hopefully we can get a couple more before we got to drive all the way home. There's one. There's one. Not sure what it is. Let's find out. Little smallmouth. That's exactly why I came over here, is I wanted to catch a smallmouth. Little one. Little smallmouth. That was cool. Little smallmouth. There's one. There's one. Another swim jig fish. Get in the boat. There we go. There we go. Little guy, but we caught him. There we go. Pretty fun. Well, that's gonna do it for today. Pretty fun day overall. Got to catch some crankbait fish. The 6th Sense Divine swim jig with the Divine swim bait for the trailer and the baby bream color was the deal. Baby bream swim jig, and then bluegill color swim bait. I don't know the name of it right off the top of my head, but it was both the Divine swim bait and the Divine swim jig. Those got my most consistent, like, keeper size fish. Didn't catch any giants or anything like that today, but the grass is dying. Those fish are still trying to hang out in the grass until it's completely gone. Here pretty soon, I have a feeling that most of it's going to be gone real soon. This water temp's going to be dropping. It only came up a couple of degrees today. I thought it was going to come up a little bit more, but that's just the way it is. But for never being out here this time of year and the grass dying and all that, I'm pretty satisfied with how I did. If I would have flipped a lot, I think I could have caught some better quality fish. I did flip one, and I got bit, and I went to swing and it broke me off. I had fluorocarbon line. I should have probably had, you know, straight braid. So that was my bad, but it definitely was a bite, and I pulled back and I just swung and the thing broke off. But all in all, not a bad day out here in Arizona at the river. It was definitely worth coming out here. Got to fish totally different than I would have fished at home, so that's exactly why I came out here. So it was a success for sure. But I hope you liked today's video, and if you're new, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to know anything about the equipment that I was using today, make sure to check out the description. All kinds of links and discount codes are going to be down there. Any questions or anything like that, make sure to ask them down in the comment section. And if you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.